Hi, today we are going to talk about strategic studying. It is important that we know how to study academically for us to better our performance at school. It is important to take note that good grades, they earn respect. Good grades, they open uncommon doors. And for us to reach that stage, we really have to invest in study materials. We have to invest in the way that we approach each subject, each topic, and eventually all the study materials, because if you don't take note of your weaknesses, you don't take note of your strengths, then you are just studying without knowing anything, then you're not doing any good to your academic performance, because academic performance has to be balanced. How are you taking your those subjects that you excel at, and how are you taking those subjects that are your weaknesses? For instance, if you're going for exams, or maybe 2 months or a month before the exams, you're going to concentrate more on your more on your weaknesses, the subjects that you don't perform better. You give them more time because you already know that those other subjects that you perform better, you already know something and you perform better, so why should you concentrate on them? So the best way to concentrate is to do by going through your study weaknesses, those topics and studies that are you find them very challenging. Those are the topics, the subjects that you should concentrate on prior to the exams. So now, we need to understand one thing. Our main goal when we go to school is to gain knowledge, to acquire knowledge, okay? To have information about how the world is run. And another point is to have good grades, because you cannot go to school and you don't want to desire to have good grades. So it's important that you have that in mind. You cannot be in class, you cannot be in school without you knowing what you want. It's about what you want. What do you want to see in class? You should have a motivating factor. What is pushing you to study the most? Is it your background? Is it your parents? Is it your brother? Did something happen to you in your life situation, life circumstances? Did someone disappoint you, and then, or do you want to better your performance? Probably that's why you are studying hard. You need to have something. You need to have a goal. So if you have that goal, you need to keep that goal in mind. Then you need to now put those goals, smaller goals, to achieve a bigger goal. I want to have 6 points. I want to clear my subjects with the A plus and B pluses. So what you do is you bring in strategy, because you cannot win a war without a strategy. You just can't go in class. You don't even know how you are going to tackle each subject. So you can't just go, okay, today I will be learning mathematics. Today I will be studying English. Oh, where are the books? You don't even have the books in place. You have nothing, no strategy. The first sign of failure academically is lack of a strategy. So that time when you are going to put in a strategy in place, then success begins, because now you are going to have a roadmap on how you are going to reach to your success. Which one is your success? Better grades. Which one is your success? You could have earned knowledge. So it's very important to be strategic, even in anything, even at home, in business. You're running a company, you need to be strategic. You can't just be living life. You are just in the exam class. You don't even know how you are going to approach each grade, each topic, each subject. You are just studying whatever you see along the way. Good grades do not come accidentally. Good grades, they come with a strategic approach. You need to be strategic in the way that you take your study materials. You need to be strategic in the way that you are reading, the way that you are studying. You can never pass the exams while being strategic. It has never happened. It has never happened. Of course, someone can say, I just sleep and then I wake up, I go in the exam class and then I pass. That's a lie. Ufi, boza, banama. It's not true. It's not true. Do not believe such a person. Such a person has been studying. Such a person has been preparing. Such a person is strategic. They wake up at night. They study. When sleeping, they study. All the time they carry small notes folded on more, on an A4 plain paper. They have pointers. They have stuck all the many points, the diagrams, the things that they forget, they are all over their room. And then when they are moving around, they are portraying that picture that they're not studying, and then they clear. You can never clear the exams, courses, without being strategic. So you have to be strategic. That is the first place of success. Strategy. Even in everything you do, for instance, you want to marry, you're going to have a strategy. You can't just say, I wake up, I love Mary, I love Peter, I love Candy. You will not be like that. You have to first meet a partner, and then you plan the wedding, especially according to finances. You say, okay, I think by December, by January, I should have this so much. Or if you are getting a loan, then you place them like that. Strategy. We have to be strategic in order for us to attain that success. So without that, it is impossible. It is impossible. That's why I'm saying right now, we have to build a strategy for success. You will never, even when you meet an army general, they will tell you, you can never go to war without a strategy. You can never go in a football field without a formation that will get the game to be won. There has to be a strategy in place. You don't even have the study materials in place. You don't even have anything in place. Nothing. Your books, you don't write notes. Nothing. You don't have any friends you can refer to for mathematics. Anyone you can do for business courses. Anyone you can do in healthy courses. Nothing. Life is not an accident. So all the time we need to build a strategy. We need to build a strategy to reach our goal. That's why I began with goals. We have goals. If you want to build a house, you build a strategy on how you're going to build that house. It's not a mistake. And please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share with a loved one, because this information is expensive and it will change someone's academic life. There's a sister of mine, someone who is in German. She read this book, Culture of the Best Student. It's a very, very nice book. This, you see, is an award. I'm holding an award here, and the certificate of excellency. You see that? This is a very powerful book. Everything that I'm saying is in this book. Strategy. It is in this book. Everything. Everything. It's in this book. She said that the moment she got this book and began to make her studies, something changed within herself, and she began to change it changed the course of her life. Not only did she concentrate about studies, reading books, but it changed her life entirely. And she's going to give a testimony in 3 months. And I'm counting 2 months are remaining. We're going to have a one-on-one discussion on how it transformed her life. Just a book. Ask this book, Couch of the Best Student. I'm not bragging, but I have learned the art of studying. I was the best student in business administration at NIPA. The best. And I was doing part-time working, and I beat all the classes. Why? Because I employed a strategy. I learned that when I was way back in grade 3. I learned that first you have to know how to study before you get to your goal. You have to press in studies, which is very important. And I will share some of the strategies. Strategies are different. So like here in my book it says, strategies employed differ from one student to another. What one student is using is not the same with another student. To be the best student does not take magic or chance to do the job, but a strategic plan being employed. That's in the book. Another one. Many students study hard with long hours through the day and night, but do not reap the sweet out of their sweat. In this book, the strategies to be shared are neutral strategies which can be proven to be workable and effective by the writer, because the writer won an award as the best performing student. Strategy. Another one, then we go to the mini strategies. Another one, I just want to show you something. The objective of a strategy is to maximize a student's strength and minimize the student's weaknesses. I don't know if you got that one. Did you? Me, I got it. The objective of a strategy is to maximize a student's strength and minimize the weaknesses. In this world, we all have weaknesses. I have weaknesses. Even when I get into school, there are those subjects that I have weaknesses in, those topics that I cannot understand. Those are the weaknesses that I was referring to. We all have weaknesses because we are in the flesh. So as long as we're in the flesh, we have weaknesses. So now you hear what Charles Samuel Mwando was saying in this book at the time of writing. You maximize your strength and minimize your weakness. How do you do that? You concentrate in the areas of weaknesses as you are also taking the strength subjects as well. So you just need to know how to play it around. Just because you have a weakness in mathematics does not mean that you should stop studying mathematics. You should say, no, I can't do it. Just because English is your second, third language doesn't mean that you cannot learn how to speak English, write, read. No. You hold the bull by its horns, and then you study with a strategy. Then you see what happens next. Let me read the last one. I think I'm loving this. A strategy is a plan that is set to achieve one's objective. Plans that actualize a person's goals. The end result of the strategy is that a person must succeed. A strategy is normally applied when one has challenges or problems, because a strategy is the how of what a person is going through, because you have to know how to maneuver through. So a strategy will show you that, okay, from here, point A up to B, this is what you should do for you to get there. These are the things that you should employ, the tactics that you should put there in place for you to reach point B, C, D. So you don't just move through life, but you move through life with a critical mind. You move through life with a strategy. Some people are saying that gray hair is growing rapidly. Don't forget to subscribe and share to people. Someone who has been struggling academically. This has been my passion, for people to perform better in class. The last one, I promise, the last one. A student without a strategy is a student with an assurance of failure in the exams and other areas of concern. Success is usually planned for in details, and those details must be implemented carefully without fail. I mean, clap for me. Thank you. So the first strategy one has to do is to put up a study timetable. You need a study timetable in place. A study timetable must always be there. The first thing, very first thing that you must strategize when you get into a semester, when you get into a term, timetable. So you are going to have two timetables. You are going to have a study timetable and a school timetable. And then the study timetable will be in line with the school timetable. What am I saying? If you are studying mathematics today, you need to study mathematics throughout the day. If you have mathematics English, for instance, then you are going to do a combination of mathematics English. As you wake up, you need to wake up to study mathematics English. Throughout the day, mathematics English. So as you get into the class in the evening or during the day, you are already in in the flow of mathematics English, mathematics science, whatever subject that is. If it's a business course or healthy course, whichever course, you move in line with the school timetable. Yes. Why do you need a study timetable? It locks you. It determines your time. It puts your time into that focal point where you have to study. If you follow that discipline, then you are going to equally distribute time to the strength subjects and the weak subjects. Without a timetable, I have never seen anyone who has ever been successful without a study timetable. We need a study timetable. The first thing, study timetable. I normally put my number and my email, so if you have trouble making it a study timetable, call me, WhatsApp, email, and I'll help you. In fact, I do mentorship classes, and I'm building an app for study mentorship, so that I can help a lot of pupils, a lot of students, a lot of people that want to perform better. That's my passion. I just want to see people excel. So it's a study timetable. So what is Charles Samuel saying here? Okay. Just like a business strategy is implemented through a business structure, so is a study strategy. A structure is crafted in pursuit of a strategy. A strategy in itself cannot be workable without an implementation tool. A study strategy is implemented through a study timetable. So the implementation of your strategy is through the timetable, in short. A study timetable is a cheap tool that aids students to gain concentration, control, coordination over their studies and study time. Remember that the most valuable asset of a student is time. That's why they say that time lost will never be gained. Before you waste someone's money or your money, you need a timetable, and I'm not going to dwell much on it. If you want more, you can order my book through the email. Another strategy is class notes. Class notes are very important because you will not know what the lecturer or the teacher is saying that will be helpful in the exam. So sometimes, most of the times, we have teachers that are really focused, and they really want their pupils to pass. So what they will do is that they will be giving you secrets of the exams while they are teaching, lecturing. They will give you information that will be valuable for the exam. So you have to really pay attention to everything that they are saying. When the lecturers are on, that's not the time to be on the phone, because once you are on the phone, then you lose concentration and you not get what the teacher will say, what the lecturer will say. So it's very, 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 very important. Very, very, very important. Very, very important to be no, to be in a position to listen, not hearing. That's the time you're chatting. What? No. Class time is business time. You listen to everything that the teacher is saying, every word by word. So it's very important. So what is Charles Samuel Mwambe saying about this? A student needs to pay attention to what the lecturer is saying or writing. Attendance of classes needs undivided attention. All the phones or laptops must be switched off to avoid missing any important point. Secrets of certain difficult topics can only be learned in class from the lecturer. This fact is not to be overlooked by an individual who is in school. It is very childish to make noise or browsing the phone in class while the lecture is going on, because the lectures are paid for and knowledge acquisition will not be maximized. Okay, so I cannot go any further, but I can only read that. So class notes, very important. The other one is a person that does the research. A student who loves research, they are better performing students. So if you are researching, let's say you have a topic like calculus and you have maybe 3 types of books or sources that you are reading from, it is very important, because maybe when the exam comes, you forgot in what was written in the first book, you probably remember in book 3 or book 2, which is very important, because that way you will have a wide knowledge over the topic. So a student who researches the most, they perform better. So it is very important to be a researcher as a student, to research, dig into that topic, reading way beyond what the lecturer or teacher taught. Go beyond, research, ask questions, do a lot. That way you see that, like I wrote here, research is normally painful and really takes time to produce the best desired results. To discover new knowledge may take hours, days, weeks, months, depending on how wide the topic of study is. It takes a self-motivated and self-disciplined student to explore and discover new information as desired. It takes a refresher student in a new course, in new knowledge, which is not cited from one source but should be gotten from several sources, in order to have high chances of deep understanding and widen the current knowledge capacity. So capacity will only grow when we study different type of sources, different types of material over one topic. One topic, different books, what different authors, what this author wrote, this other author wrote. The other authors are too complicated, the other ones are straightforward, others are plain. So you are going to have deep knowledge like that. That's strategy number 3. Number 4, mastery of the main points. So now, I need to get my book. There are a lot of strategies in here. So the other one is to master the points, the many points. So in a paragraph, when you are reading a paragraph, not every sentence is important. Other sentences are necessary. They are just joining sentences. So you go for the many points. The many points. Those many points, you can revise them over and over and over and over. You can even use past papers to go through them over and over and over until information, knowledge becomes an integral part of your mind. That's why it's very, very important to go through the many points, because through the many points, it will be easy for you to study. Knowledge, it doesn't come easy. Knowledge doesn't come easy. Knowledge, it really takes, of course, it takes hard work, but you have to be smart. Don't be hard work but dumb. No. You need to be hard work and smart. In fact, more smart than hard work. You study at ease. Study at ease. You know, you are studying at ease. You're not putting in a lot of hard work, but there's that steadiness that comes with being at ease. Okay. Like, for instance, some students fail even though they are studying long hours. This is because of their failure to spot the main points in the paragraph. It is the main points that that one needs to understand and make it a habit to recall. As such, those students who learn this strategy earlier have prospered in all their studies, and they mostly finish the school syllabus early before anyone, giving them more time for revision. The last one, before you go, don't forget to subscribe, to comment, share, to like. Don't forget to dislike if you disagree with this information. But please, always watch to the end, because this will help you. And follow this channel all the time. When I upload, follow every information, because it will help you in your studies, the exams. I know the art of studying, and I have the book, Culture of the Best Student. Order it. It's going to help you. It will help you. So the last one, though not the least, is group discussions. You need to embrace group discussion, divergent views, ideas. As you are discussing, they stick. You know, something that you've learned and then you speak it out, or you're teaching someone, it sticks. I don't know, as you are taking it out, it's like you are taking in more than you are giving out. So that's a secret of this. The more you give out, the more you receive in return. They stick to your mind. Even when in the exam, you remember the words that you are telling your friend in a group study. Okay, so it is very important to have a group study, because you find that maybe one of your friends, they are more knowledgeable and they can help you with your studies. They can help you in those areas. Maybe you are shy and probably you have a friendly kind of touch. There are times lecturers, teachers are too fast, and then your friend will explain it in a more simpler form sometimes, you know. So don't look down on group studies. You can have these group studies. You can make a part-time with your friends, then you do the group studies. You see that it's going to be very effective. Group interactions without self-individual study render the group discussion useless. No one can discuss anything in a group what or she does not know. So when you are going for a group study, you should read the topic that you are going to study, so that as you discuss from a place where you already have knowledge. So it's important that you do the group study, then you give out what you've already studied. That way you are going to have a deeper understanding. That's what I meant here. Also, other students find it easy to remember what was discussed in a group than in class, remember? It could be that group discussion create a conducive environment for members to open up and be more interactive with one another because of their leveled relations. Revisions are best done as a group, because their different views can be shared from different group members. So those are the strategies. And I haven't gone to other strategies like drawing maps, drawing diagrams, putting points on the piece of paper, then you stick them in the wall. They must be the first thing that you see when you wake up, the last thing that you see when you sleep. When you enter the exams, I'm telling you, you are going to visualize everything that you are studying. Everything will come like a movie, and you're just writing at ease. You know, when you're writing the exams, you're sweating, remembering things with difficult, or you're flowing and you're at ease. You finish the exams in 30 minutes, and then you go through to ensure that you put all the points on paper. You have flowed everything that you have put in your mind into the paper. Now, that's what we call studying. We haven't gone there. More topics about studying coming, so stay tuned to this channel. Support us. So all I can say right now is thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate, because this time I believe it is not gone to waste. And I believe that the best competition for you is yourself. Best competition is not your neighbor. Best competition is you. You are 10%, you need to go to 30%, 50, 60, 70, 80, eventually 99.5, like I did with communications. Out of 15, I got 15.5, and the lecturer was like, no one has ever done this before. Wow, Charles, this is the first time that someone is getting, no, you got everything, but I had to get my 0.5% because you can't get everything. No, that's mine. And I was like, oh yeah, that's Charles. You have to push until you make it. Push until you see result. Push with strategy. Push, push, push. You fail, rise up again, study different, study with a strategy again until you make it. And I believe that you will make it. I believe that you will perform better. Thank you so much for watching.